Hello, everyone, and welcome to this mastermind. This is Hustle and Money, and today I'm glad to present you this incredible mastermind, which is called Secret Funnel Hacking. Launch your online business this week with no tech skills needed. And hear me well, this mastermind can potentially change your life if you act properly. Because even though this mastermind will be transformative for some, for others it will be just another session. Another session they will attend, and later on they will just return to their regular mediocre routine. And as the great Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So I want to welcome everyone that has taken the time to assist to this mastermind, and trust me, you will not regret it. Now I have a question for you. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, or whatever platform you scroll, and wonder how everyone seems to be making money online? How is it possible? What's the secret? You see those successful entrepreneurs, influencers, living life on their own terms, and you're thinking, how do they do it? Well, the answer is simple. They've cracked the code. But then you try it. When you try to find out, what happens? You're bombarded with expensive courses promising you the world, and you try it and nothing works for you. And they tell you that the answer is Amazon FBA, drop shipping, YouTube automation, trading, crypto, agencies, and whatnot. They make it sound so easy, but when you try it, you actually lose money. You invest in courses, in products, in tools, and then you start to realize that maybe the money that they're making is not with those methods. It is something else. And they don't want you to know that. Exactly. It often feels like they are making money selling you the dream, not necessarily from the methods they're preaching. And if you ever bought one of those courses, you might know that sinking feeling of realizing you've spent your hard-earned money on something that doesn't quite deliver. Has anyone ever felt like that? By the way, that is exactly and precisely why I created this mastermind, to allow you to finally break through that cycle. Because honestly, I've been there too. So who am I? My name is Marco, and I'm the CEO and owner of Hustle and Money. And my mission is simple. It's to help you break free from that endless loop. Yes, that endless loop of buying courses and chasing shiny objects. And I want to show you the truth behind those successful online figures, and more importantly, demonstrate that building a similar business is easier than you think. And I'm the living proof. And let me be clear right now. At the end of this session, I will not be asking you for thousands of dollars. I know exactly how those webinars usually go. 10 minutes before the end of the webinar, the amazing limited offer appears right in front of your eyes. And it's usually an offer of $5,000, $3,000, and even $10,000. But relax, I'm here to deliver you real value, real insights, If you're serious about creating a passive income stream from the comfort of your home, stick with me until the end. I have something truly special for you. What I genuinely believe is the best business opportunity you'll see. So who's excited about this? Now you might be thinking, why should I listen to this guy? Fair enough. Let me start from the beginning. I've been on the online world since 2007. Even back then, I knew that the 9 to 5 wasn't for me. I saw my parents hardworking as they were struggling financially, and it ultimately impacted their marriage. I promised myself I wouldn't follow that path. Fast forward to 2007, I stumbled upon ClickBank. ClickBank was relatively new, a marketplace for digital products like ebooks, if you never heard of it. And I remember seeing an ebook on the front page of ClickBank about making money online. It was a lady that was selling that ebook, and I bought it. And honestly, it was basic stuff, information I could have probably found for free on Google. But then it clicked. The real way she was making money was by selling that ebook. Just like the gurus today selling you information. Just like in the gold rush, the smart ones sold the shovels, not necessarily looking for the gold themselves. Does that make sense? So I decided to figure out how she did it. I created a ClickBank account, wrote a simple ebook, and listed it. But nothing happened. Why? Because she was on the front page of ClickBank. And ClickBank wanted monthly or yearly contracts for you to be on that prime spot. So instead, what I did, since I didn't have the money to be on the front page of ClickBank, I decided instead to try Google Ads. So I set up an account with Google AdWords. I bought some ads. I went to my 9 to 5. And when I came back that evening, I had sales. I was so excited, but something was wrong. I hadn't set up my payment processor correctly, and people were not getting their ebook. I had a bunch of emails from people saying, hey, I bought your product, but I never received it. And I was looking for the payments, and they were nowhere to be found. But I was still excited because I knew I have created something potential, something that could have changed my life. So what I did, I hired someone online on those forums that existed at that time, and I hired someone to fix it, and I think they charged me like $100 to fix whatever issue I was having. And I remember telling my girlfriend, I'm quitting my job. I cracked the code. I'm rich. But a few days later, I got a big surprise. I got a bill from Google Ads, and that invoice was for $2,245. Ouch! And my $19.99 ebook could not cover not even half of that amount. I had also screwed up my Google Ads account because I did not set any limits. So what I had to do, I had to end my adventure. I had to stop those ads. But that was not the end of my journey. That was just a lesson. Because a few months later, in 2008, I finally cracked the affiliate marketing and made over $100,000 that year. And I also built and sold several websites. And later on, I wanted to also sharpen my skills So I went to a programming college where I studied for over 2 years to become a programmer. So I know a little bit about tech, about online business, about marketing and whatnot. And the big lesson I learned back in 2007, even though it was an expensive one, what gurus teach isn't always what they do. To succeed online, you have to copy what they are doing, not what they are telling you to do. That's the real clue. Which brings us to today in 2025. In my opinion, the most effective way to build a passive income that can truly give you freedom is by emulating your favorite influencer or mentor. But how do you do that? Well, it's called funnel hacking. Funnel hacking is analyzing the marketing funnels of successful online businesses to understand and ethically replicate their strategies for your own success. Does that sound a bit abstract right now? Let me break it down with some simple steps. First, you need to find a successful person, an influencer, or a mentor. You think of someone whose success you admire online. You got someone in mind? Well, you need to analyze their funnel. This means looking at their website, their lead magnets, their email sequence, and how they sell their products or services. You can take screenshots and get familiar with their content. What kind of language do they use? What offers do they have? How do they guide their audience? And so on. Then we're ready to start funnel hacking so we can obtain similar success. But to do this, we'll need some tools. But don't worry, you don't need to spend a fortune. Here are some categories of tools we'll use. AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, or Grok for content creation. You're also gonna need web hosting, a domain name, an email marketing platform, a stream platform for live events, and a payments processor. That's basically all you need. Sounds like a lot, right? But it's not overwhelming at all. It's just a series of simple steps you can follow to get your business up and running quickly. And the last step is simple. You'll need to create content to attract your audience and grow your business. And that's exactly what your favorite mentor is doing, building their own audience. In other words, you'll be setting yourself up in a similar way to those you admire. If their funnel is working for them, there's a very good chance a similar approach can work for you. Do you agree? Now let's get into the practical stuff. Okay, so it's time to really focus. Silence your phones, close those tabs. What I'm about to share can truly be a game changer, just like it was for those successful people you follow. The first step is to create the structure on your computer. Think of it like organizing files for your website. Create folders for your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and images. Don't worry about this if you don't know what I'm talking about. This will look really simple because the only thing you need to do basically is copy and paste. But by doing this, by creating those folders and files, it will be very easy to transfer everything later. And let me show you exactly what I mean by that.